The special guests keep coming, ladies and gentlemen. In the flesh, it's the absolute legend himself. It's Legmundo. Welcome to another episode, ladies and gentlemen. And as I mentioned in the intro, I've got the absolute legend with me today. Another special guest, as I just said, Legmundo. How you doing, my man?
Good, really good.
Really good. And we've actually got a secret special guest in the background, someone else you're a little bit familiar with. He's just kind of hidden off camera. Do you want to come and say hello? Come on, do it. We know he's not a big trophy hunter, but he's been in a video before. It's World War 7, everyone.
Hello there.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Man.
So yeah, we're all getting together this weekend. We've also got our very own MC Sparky, Alex, coming this afternoon. We're just waiting for him to finish work. So yeah, we thought we'd chuck a recording out. We haven't looked at Leggy's list yet. So yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to throw the questions at him so you guys can get to know Leggy a little bit better. So yeah, I think we'll crack straight on. We've had fun so far. We've watched Wales get annihilated off Iran, which is happy days.
Unlucky Mark.
Unlucky Mark.
See you in 64 years.
I like it. But yeah, so we've got our beers. I'm back on the Kronenbergs as I was with my what you drinking, like?
Cheeky Birra Moretti.
Birra Moretti. What you got, Paul?
Cause.
Little Coors there, little Coors Light. Love to see it. But yeah, we'll get straight into the questions then. So, what got you into gaming?
Well, I'm an only child, so growing up, obviously when I had nothing to do at times, it was just playing video games, and obviously that happened quite a lot. I'd go out play with my friends, but then most of the time when I'm back in the house, that was it. So it was video games for me.
Yeah.
No siblings, so no one to torture, no one to...
Did someone lean you into the direction of playing them, or was it just something you'd seen and thought, I want to give it a go? Or
I don't know, I think it was
through
just...
family or anything? Or?
Yeah, I think it was just... It was pretty easy, I had a few uncles that used to play on some of the... Because obviously I'm quite older than you. Some of my uncles used to play on some of the...
Getting on.
Some of the older consoles, so I got into it from there, really.
Nice. Happy days. Do you remember what your first console was?
Yes.
What was it?
It was an Atari.
Atari. I do remember the Atari.
It came with Smurfs.
Smurfs?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which was just a...
That long ago? Was that back in the 50s, was it?
80s, that mate. Not quite the 50s. 50s was Mark.
Honestly, the last one as well, I feel like I'm just taking the mick out of everyone's age. I'm getting on myself, I'm no spring chicken, but it's just funny, isn't it? What got you into trophies? Because I feel like, although you've sort of looked at them for a while, it's been not recent, but like maybe it's a year or two maybe, where you put a big focus on it, haven't you?
Yeah, I think you'll probably see when you start seeing my list is that it coincided with COVID and the PS5.
Yeah.
When we started working from home, I was literally working from my bedroom, and then when I finished work, turning my PlayStation on and then staying there until work the next day. So that was pretty much it, really.
Yeah.
I got bored of just playing the same thing over and over again, so I just thought I might as well do different type of things within games.
Favourite game of all time?
You already know this. Final Fantasy VII.
I've got some good friends, haven't I? I love it. This is why I get them all on, just because I know what their favourite games are.
Pretty much, it was the game that actually got me playing video games more frequently.
Yeah.
I was kind of a casual player, but once I started playing Final Fantasy VII, I started playing that more frequently.
Yeah.
Funny story, actually. I got it for Christmas the year it came out. My mum went Christmas shopping one day, left me in the house. So I went and found it, played it for about 3 hours, and on Christmas Day when I put it in to start playing, there was already a save file.
Alright.
And my mum was sat there going, how have you managed to get a save file already?
Was she that clued up? My mum wouldn't have had a...
Well, no, so I said I was playing the demo and it allowed me to save it.
Oh, that's fantastic. But yeah, it is such a good game. I mean, I won't touch on it too much because I do in every video. So I just want to talk about it. So when you do a list and I see someone's played Final Fantasy, I'm like, yes, we'll finally talk about it.
Yeah.
Makes me sad when I get to F on people's trophy list and there's no Final Fantasy. I'm like, oh.
Well, it's there. I've got a couple of the trophies, but I'm playing through it slowly.
Yeah.
So.
No, I'm looking forward to having a look, to be fair. Favorite game series of all time?
GTA.
Over Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII was obviously the game that really got me into playing video games. Loved Final Fantasy VIII. And then the rest of them haven't been, in my opinion, too great.
Which is your favourite GTA? Just while we're talking about it.
GTA 5 probably because of its longevity and the fact that I played it earlier this year and got the platinum again for it.
Yeah.
And I've already played it on the PS3 and the PlayStation 4.
That.
Absolutely loved the other, especially Vice City and San Andreas. Like, those two really got me into it.
Yeah.
But I remember the very first one as well, the top-down version of GTA where it's like looking from above. That was literally where it started, where you just run people over and would splatter when you skid all over the place.
That's it. I mean, I remember I was in like the predicament of having like 45 quid to spend on a game whenever the first GTA came out, and it was either that or Tomb Raider at the time. And to be fair, my mum and my nana, who actually got me into games, as I've mentioned previously, they were quite clued up, so I tried to get them to get me GTA, but they were like, nope, and they seen the 18 certificate and they were like, no. But when you think back to it now compared to what it is today, it's nothing really, is it?
No.
Because I suppose it's not fully voice acted, and you know the graphics are pretty horrendous. But yeah, it's funny. But yeah, I ended up having to get it. Remember, you could get your PS1 chipped.
Yes.
Yeah. So I ended up getting it through a friend and played it. But yeah, good times. I think the only thing that was, like little cutscenes. I think after you'd done certain chapters, like some little mob bosses would pop up in like a weird animated cutscene and would chuck a few bits of profanity out, and you thought that was like, brutal at the time. But compared to what like Trevor's doing now when he's stamping on people's heads and the things he's saying, it's just totally different, isn't it? Okay, favourite TV series?
It used to be The Walking Dead until it got to a certain part and then it got boring. But I would probably say my favourite is Stranger Things.
Stranger Things, nice.
I really like Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's really up there for me now, especially after season 4. Who's your favourite character? It's not one of the questions, but
I'd probably have to say it's Dusty.
Dusty Bun.
Yeah.
A little Dusty Bun.
Especially when him and I can't remember her name, but when they're singing the Never Ending Story.
Yeah.
Never Ending Story was actually my favourite movie as a kid.
Nice.
So it resonated quite well with me, but it was actually hilarious.
Oh, he's definitely up there. He's probably my third behind Max and Steve, and I'll probably go old Dusty Bun. But yeah, great character, great series. So
you only the gingers as well. Jesus Christ.
No, what do you mean? She's a good character, well written.
Only because she's ginger, she's your number one.
What do you mean?
I mean, what's wrong with Steve? He's a dreamboat.
He is absolutely dreamy, isn't he? Look at the hair.
Yeah, I know, look at the hair.
I wish I could. You wish you had a Steve Harrington.
I wish you had about. I wish you had a couple of strands of Steve Harrington.
Even just a percentage of his hair.
As long as it's just, like not from there, just over here.
Yours has forgot how to reach this part of your body, hasn't it? It just all spills out of his chest.
They got so tired of having to climb over my belly. It's like I'm not going to reach the head anymore.
Oh, honestly, guys, he's not going to strip for you now. It's not that kind of channel, but we're talking full Chewbacca from the neck down. It's brilliant. Remember when I shaved that smiley face into your back in Nottingham? Yeah. Is it still there?
Yeah. Hit me up on my OnlyFans if you want to get me.
Honestly, if you got a Chewbacca fetish, that's the place to go. It really is. I've totally lost where I am with the questions now. Favourite movie?
Interstellar.
Interstellar. I mean, I'm not saying it's a wrong choice. It's just not what I expected.
I'm a bit of a science geek, and I like all of that type of stuff. I love astronomy and stuff like that. But I would also say accompanied by the soundtrack. It's just
because Hans Zimmer's absolutely insane, isn't he? To be fair, some of the stuff he's done, especially for like the Dark Knight trilogy, the score is unreal. And I think music makes a lot of things.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Like sort of bringing Wilco back up, who's hid away in the corner drinking his beer. We talk about this a lot, about how like certain music can really, really make a scene. And I've known like some real epic encounters in movies ruined by chucking like a cheat. I mean, Thor would be a good example. Me and Paul talk about that a lot. Like Thor, don't get me wrong, Thor Ragnarok's a great film, but there's moments where I feel like the epic music would have been a better choice over some of the. And I love 80s music. Don't get me wrong, I really really do. But there's sometimes I think just it's a bit overdone. Taika kind of pushes it a bit too far. Just go with the epicness. He's a Norse god, you know. I mean, he's not comic relief. He's a 15-year-old guy who's slaying everyone in the universe. Just. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean. Anyway, but yeah, Hans Zimmer, legend.
Yeah.
What a guy. But no, Interstellar's a good choice. To be fair, favorite video game character of all time.
Ooh,
The toughie. There's a lot of.
there's a toughie.
A lot of good ones, isn't there?
Trevor Phillips is absolutely up there because he is.
Yeah.
He's something that we've probably never seen in a video game before. Sephiroth, probably the biggest antagonist within sort of any video game. It's a shame you could never actually play him, which would have been great. But I'd say probably my favourite has to be Claptrap from Borderlands.
Claptrap, to be fair, really entertaining, really funny. I enjoyed. I've only played Borderlands 1, by the way, but it was a cool character.
Yeah, I mean, Alex and I pretty much played through most of the Borderlands, and he's always the character that stands out. He's hilarious. I mean, don't get me wrong, Tiny Tina's fantastic as well. Some of the stuff that she comes out with, but I think Claptrap just edges it for me. I think he's probably the best, probably my favourite video game character.
Okay, different choice. No, I respect it absolutely. Favourite developer?
Rockstar. The fact that they...
I had a feeling that was good.
Yeah, I mean, I know everybody says it, but for them to bring out a series like GTA and not just having the longevity that it's had, but to be like as fantastic as what they are, to then also be able to bring out other game series like Red Dead. Like Red Dead 2 is probably a very close run to GTA, is probably my favourite game. But to have those two type of series, and then obviously all of the others as well as
they are very very good. I know everyone's getting a bit annoyed at how long they've dragged GTA 5 out, but at least we know and we can kind of understand that when the product finally comes out for GTA 6 or whatever else they're going to make, we know it's going to be perfect, and that's why I don't mind. I really, when developers delay stuff or they say it's not going to be so many years, with Rockstar you get it because they don't. It's
not going to be like a Cyberpunk where you've waited for it for ages and it comes out and it's just a big pile of garbage that crashes your PlayStation 5 45 times within the space of you playing it.
To defend that game overall, me and you both like it, don't we?
I really liked it.
Yeah.
The thing that done me the most was, like I said, the fact that the game, it wasn't fit for release at the time. By the time you got it, by the time you played it,
I played PS5.
Well, I played it on PS5. But the problem was I played it on release.
You played the PS4 version on the PS5. Yeah, I did get the PS5 upgrade, which I still had a couple of little bugs. I've said it on one of the videos. Nothing major. So like sometimes I'd be getting loot and it would be like a little bit off the floor.
Yeah.
I remember being in a tunnel driving and the rain was coming through the tunnel, and it, little stuff like that. Pedestrians were sometimes like a little bit off the ground, but there was nothing that I didn't have any
game breaking, are they?
Yeah, I didn't have any crashes or anything that went wrong. But overall, I thought it was a really good experience.
I really liked it. It's just a shame
it
wasn't finished.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference with Rockstar, is the fact that they don't release when it's not finished.
Yeah.
I think you look at Santa Monica Studios with God of War. I never had a single issue with it.
I haven't so far. Well, I say it's not an issue. There was one. Obviously, we can't say. I had to interact with a boat. I had to press circle on the boat to push it into the shore, and he just stood there after I pressed circle for about 30 seconds, and I refused to quit the game. I was like, I'll give it a bit longer, but yeah, it took about 30 seconds for him to like do whatever he does, boy, and then eventually push the boat into the water. But yeah, nothing game breaking, but that's literally the only thing that I've had. It just wouldn't kind of move the scene on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what so we've gone from like favourite developer there to talking about Cyberpunk into Kratos pushing boats into the water. Just going off on some mad tangents here, guys. If you could have any superpower?
It would be you know the name of it, I don't. It would be the one that Peter Petrelli has in Heroes.
Intuitive aptitude. Oh, it's Silas, isn't it? Empathic mimicry.
That's it,
Yeah. Getting the other way around there. Yeah, so that is pretty special, to be fair. However, what if we lived in a world where there wasn't any other supers and you can't absorb anything?
Then I'd have to go to Doctor Strange, Master of the Mystic Arts.
Is that a bit greedy, that, though?
Well, I'm a fat lad, I know. You can't get like this without being greedy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair enough. Master of the Mystic Arts.
I mean, I already have. I already have. Look, what's her name out of Deadpool 2?
Oh, Domino.
Domino. I already have a look. Not look, but as in look.
Oh dear, they're fantastic. Favourite drink? Alcoholic, non-alcoholic as well.
Alcoholic's probably got to be rum. I enjoy different types of rum. Probably Dead Man's Fingers is probably my favourite at the moment.
With Coke, generally, or a certain type of Coke or Pepsi or
Cherry Max.
That's a good shout. Got some of that in the fridge as well for later. So we've got some Captain Morgan's.
Yeah.
Paul's brought our Wilco Sevens brought us some rum. I've brought some rum. We'll get the cherry Pepsi out. Sounds good. Now, what about non-alcoholic? What's your go-to?
I don't know. Probably say Red Bull.
A Red Bull. Do you like hot drinks?
No, not really.
If you had to, though, would you have a tea or coffee or?
I'd have to go tea.
Tea.
No, I'm joking. It'd be coffee. I said that because I know you probably screw up.
I was about to kick off. Coffee all the way. Honestly, I used to be a tea drinker, and coffee just. I mean, don't get me wrong, it does have that kind of acquired taste. Some people just don't like it, and that was kind of me. And then one day, tea was just so bland and boring, and coffee was the most beautiful thing ever. Honestly, coffee is life. Can't live without coffee. And just drink it at all hours. You guys know in the chat, just hear that like nuclear reactor going off at 2 in the morning. You're like, what is that? The kettle goes mental in there. I don't know what it's doing, but favorite meal. And I know you like your food, so
the thing is I actually don't like my food. I like my drink. I like my booze. I like my alcohol.
Right.
I would probably say my favourite food is.
Go on, do it for the Northeast boys.
I don't like palm oil. I eat them, but I don't like them.
Oh, if you could have seen Mark eat his palm oil, I was getting proper triggered. You know, I'm sat there absolutely demolishing mine. So to give you some context, everyone. So Mark, as you'll have seen in the previous video we reviewed his list, he came all the way from Wales. You can't, of course, get a palm outside of the Northeast. I mean, you can in a couple of little places, but it really isn't the same. And in an ideal world, I mean, you probably agree with me, you get a cut of your palm oil, maybe a chip or two on there, dip it into your garlic sauce, or if you're a weirdo like me, your tomato sauce, or whatever sauce, whatever you want. But he eats things one at a time, and this goes to every meal. So he's sat eating like one chip at a time, saving the best for last, which I kind of get that as well. But by then he'd filled up a lot, and the palm oil had gone a bit cold, so he probably didn't enjoy it. He didn't eat it properly. But no, honestly, so you're not a big palm oil?
No. I mean, with the greatest of respect, I'm not going to listen to anybody who's telling me what food to eat when you take them to an Indian restaurant and they eat pizza and chips. And when I say pizza and chips,
I'm a fussy boy.
Chicago town. What are those ones that you get from Iceland?
Tell the viewers what happened. Go on, tell them.
We went to an Indian restaurant. Obviously, all of these beautiful curries that you can get. Jeff decides that he wants to eat off the kids' menu and get pizza and chips. Now, the pizza that he got was a Chicago town pizza, the one that you can get two for £1 in Iceland and stick them in the microwave for 3 minutes. Then he got a handful of chips and they charged him £20. To the you Americans, that's about $6 million. Because of obviously the exchange rates. Obviously, England's so much better than America. That's for you, excellence. But yeah, Jeff decided that that's what he was having in an Indian restaurant. So
I'm a fussy eater. Like, to be fair, I've changed a little bit. There's probably a few things I would manage now. But yeah, I seen the menu, I panicked, and I went straight at the kids' menu because I knew I would enjoy it. And we still got that Facebook picture where I've just got like my cheeks are full of food, and I look like I'm about 50 stone. Like,
I might treat you guys in the Discord and post it one day.
yeah, it's quite funny to be fair. It's quite funny.
I'd say
So favourite if you had to. You're on death row. You got one meal. What you
I
taking?
don't know, I'd probably go for either a spaghetti bolognese or a carbonara.
Some good choices. Oh, I like that. I do like that. Favourite Telltale game?
Tales of the Badlands.
I said this with Mark, right? It really. I thought before I started doing these videos and asking people more questions, I thought it was just me. I just assumed everyone liked The Walking Dead the best, which it definitely is up there.
It's The Walking Dead's my second one. I mean, I've literally just finished that
Yeah.
again.
But no, Tales, and going back to like the robots or droids, whatever you want to call them, because you were talking about Claptrap, Gortys was superb. But I always talk about Reese and Fiona, but yeah, Gortys was class.
Yeah, I think The Wolf Among Us was really good as well.
Yeah, really good game.
And that's probably up there, probably joint second with The Walking Dead. I played the Game of Thrones. I played that because I started it and to finish it. Batman was good, but not quite as good. It dragged on in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, not too bad. Probably mid, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Hardest game you've ever played?
Trials Fusion.
Yeah, isn't that like a 9 out of 10 or something as well? Or 10 out of 10
Yeah, I
or
mean,
something?
I got it with my PlayStation 4 when that came out. It literally came as part of the package. And I quickly had to buy another game because it was annoying me. I'd say it's Super Meat Boy, but on wheels.
I really like that, to be fair. Super Meat Boy on wheels.
Yeah.
What's it like? Oh, it's great, that, to be fair. But no, it's a good shout, to be fair. What's your most anticipated game?
Got two.
Okay, talk to me.
Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
Both Insomniac games, by the way.
On Wolverine.
Wolverine is the one that I want to play because I want to see the games that Insomniac have brought out from Marvel. So Miles Morales and Spider-Man 1 were unbelievable.
Oh, they're exceptional.
The only issue that I have with them is they're quite short.
Yeah.
Miles Morales, I think I got the platinum for in a couple of weeks. I don't even think it took that long. And when I played my second playthrough, I think I finished it in less than 8 hours. Because there's a trophy for playing it a second time through, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
Was that either Miles Morales or Spider-Man?
Yeah, the Miles Morales one. I think you've got to do New Game Plus, haven't you, or something? Yeah.
But I would like to see that because they've already got the infrastructure with New York, especially for Spider-Man, and the fact that Spider-Man 2 is going to include both Peter Parker and Miles Morales, for me, looks like it'll be fantastic. I think it'll be a little bit like God of War. I won't say much more.
Yeah.
But then I also can't wait to see what they do with Wolverine and bring sort of like an 18 plus version out, because if they can absolutely nail Wolverine and then they've nailed Spider-Man and Miles Morales, I would hope they would get a few more of the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Not movies, but Marvel characters to
like the
play
properties to. But yeah, I just hope that you know they do go all out with being able to like dismember. The word?
Yes.
Like I don't know if I just made that up. Yeah, so I want limbs to come off. Basically, I want to see Wolverine do what Wolverine should be doing, almost like he was in Logan. Which is why I really enjoyed that film. Don't get me wrong, I love the X-Men stuff, but it almost cuts away all the time when Wolverine is swiping at people. And let's face it, we know what adamantium claws are going to do to someone. I want to see that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm no psychopath. Trust me, but I want to see what that does.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because that's what Wolverine is. Wolverine
He's
is
feral and he's brutal. That's it. We want to see him a bit like how they've portrayed Deadpool. Now we get to see.
I imagine I want to see Wolverine, like he'll probably be in Deadpool, because no doubt at one point they'll probably cut Deadpool into hundreds of pieces.
You'll just see Ryan Reynolds laid on the floor.
Yeah, just making a joke of what's happened, and then 10 minutes later he'll be back in his face.
Do a T1000 and just like come back together. But yeah, that's what I'd like to see from the game. To be fair, I think that's a good shout. But another side one, what about Remake Part 2? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth next December.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of forgotten about it because similar to when they announced that they were going to bring out Final Fantasy VII Remake, it took that long that I kind of forgot about it. And the reason I'm not looking forward to that is because if it's out of my mind, and you've just reminded me, it kind of comes around quicker if you're not thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's obviously one that I want to see, and there's probably going to be a couple more parts after that.
Are you going to pick up Crisis Core?
Yeah, I'll end up playing that at some point.
I'd never had a PSP back in the day, so I never got to play it.
Yeah,
read a lot about the story so I could understand fully. Because I know in the original Final Fantasy VII, when they go to Calm, Cloud explains the 5 years ago incident, what happened at the Nibelheim reactor. So you kind of get an understanding, but I want to see exactly what happened.
Yeah.
You know, and a full game to do that is going to be really cool.
Yeah,
Get to play
I
Zack
agree.
and see his little story with Aerith and see Sephiroth when
Yeah,
he
I was going to
was.
say we see more of a legend, don't we?
Yeah, see more of him when he wasn't a crazy psychopath. But yeah, it's looking good for video games. What a time to be alive! What a time to be alive! What game deserves a sequel?
Stranded Deep.
So Leggy just to add more context, that loves a survival game. World building games, survival
I don't
games.
think there's enough survival games like Stranded Deep. Like I could literally play it again now, even though I finished it. I tried to play it through with Alex, but Alex got a few bugs, so hopefully he'll get them one day. But yeah, I just think I love those type of survival games for some reason. Yeah, it's a bit weird.
No, I get it. I think they are pretty cool. Have you played The Forest?
No.
I had a little dabble with that. It seemed all right from the bit I did. That's probably something that you'd enjoy. So out of everything, you go Stranded Deep.
Yeah, because it's one of those games where I wish I didn't have the platinum for it, so I can go back and platinum it.
Wow. Do you want me to install it so you can do it for me? How long does it take?
How long does it take? It's not one of them jumping burgers.
I am playing Super Meat Boy now, just try and keep people off my back. Leave me alone. Okay, what game should be remade?
Ooh.
Anything from your childhood that you think, nice fresh coat of paint and it could be sick?
Probably a difficult one, not.
I think a tough one.
Yeah, I think
I think my answer's changed over time. Obviously, Final Fantasy VII would have been my first answer, but we know we've had that. Metal Gear Solid 1 is probably something I think, imagine what that would be like today. If I go animated, because they've done like Spyro and Crash, I'd love to see like Croc done in today's graphics or something.
I'm sure there was one I thought about. Let me just
get the old blower out.
Yeah. Command and Conquer Red Alert.
Oh, good shout. Good shout.
I used to play that on the PC all of the time. And
unable to comply, building in progress.
Yeah.
Unit lost.
Tanya just running
failed.
around going,
woohoo! Woohoo! Oh, I used to love Command and Conquer, to be fair. What were there was Retaliation was the other one, wasn't it? Yeah.
Red Alert, Retaliation, Yuri's Revenge, and then just started.
Because you'd have that kind of isometric view when you were playing, but then it had those little real life cutscenes where someone was on like a submarine and he was kicking off, and
Well, it got me into sort of multiplayer games because I used to go online and just kick people's asses all the time.
Yeah.
Like literally, there'd be an online game with 8 players, and within 20 minutes I annihilated them all. I'd say the only other games that I'd love to see remade is some of the point and click games I used to play when I was younger, the likes of Broken Sword and Discworld. I know they're bringing out. There's a new Monkey Island that's just been brought out, but it's not like the old version.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to see some of the Discworld and the Broken Sword. Discworld was fantastic. The main character, Rincewind, was a weird wizard, but he used to have all of these little quirks and quips that just make me laugh.
Nice. Not some good shouts there, to be fair. Who's your starter Pokemon?
I was too old for Pokemon.
Really?
I was in my
Ooh.
20s when it came out, mate. I think.
I'm 35 now and I still like it.
Yeah, but that's a bit weird, isn't it? No, seriously though, if I
If you
pick
had to
one,
pick.
I mean, it'd have to be Charmander, wouldn't it?
Yeah, who doesn't love Charizard? But
Yeah.
also, we're all going down that route.
I mean,
aren't we?
To be honest, when I was in the Philippines for that year, all we would play was Pokemon Go, and he was my starter then. So
Nice. He is the way forward. And the last one of the questions before we move on to the this or that: does pineapple belong on pizza?
if you like pineapple on pizza, yes.
I'm asking you. Do you want it on there? Does it belong there? Do you get freaked out by it? Should fruit be on a pizza?
I've ate pizza with pineapple on, and I've ate pizza without pineapple on, and sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's not.
I mean,
Or in the words of Gattuso, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's shit.
sometimes maybe good. Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, I always question it, and it's not for me. But I actually haven't tried it. I actually like pineapple as a fruit, no problems there. But the thought of it, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to have a bite of it. And
Yeah.
we'll see. We will see. So quick fire, this or that. Don't think about it too much. Mario or Sonic?
Mario brought up on Nintendo.
Nathan Drake or Lara Croft?
Lara Croft, Nathan Drake is made because of Lara Croft. He doesn't exist without Lara Croft in my opinion.
Okay, it's an interesting answer. One, because she's more attractive.
No, I mean, if I wanted triangle boobs, I'd have went to Madonna.
Oh dear. Uncharted or Tomb Raider?
However, I do think Uncharted is better than Tomb Raider.
Right. Fair enough. Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Good man. Team Cap or Team Iron Man?
Sorry, there. Iron Man all day long.
Why though?
I was an Iron Man fan before the movies came out.
Why?
I remember one.
Can I reach that? Cause I have. Leggy's actually brought me a present. I want to see if I
Go on,
can
get your legs out.
I'm going to see if I can reach it. Don't be looking at my bum, everyone. Just want everyone to see how cool this is. So Leggy, being the legend that he is, has brought me this. Look at that. So Steve from the Avengers game, the absolute king. Love to see it. Yeah, what an absolute hero this guy is. So yeah, just to go to the collection. But yeah, so why Tony?
Like I say, I was a fan of him before all of the movies came out. I used to have Marvel comics when I was a kid, and Iron Man was the one. And then Spider-Man was my second favourite at the time. I remember one Boxing Day we went to Weatherby Races in fancy dress, and I went as Iron Man, and absolutely nobody knew who Iron Man was. Everybody else went as Batman, Superman, all of the big names. And people were like, "Who are you?" Iron Man. I am Iron Man.
You know I am.
And then obviously it all went from there, and I don't think there's a single person on the planet that doesn't know who Iron Man is.
This is very true. Yeah, I mean, RDJ has made the character one of the most popular. I mean, it was always, before the MCU was a big thing, it was Batman, Superman, Hulk, Spider-Man. It was kind of, those were the two from each where that were the biggest. But he's literally elevated that character from being not necessarily a B-list character, but you know, he was never one of the main ones really, and now I suppose he is in a lot of people's eyes.
He's a thought for you. When we're talking about Marvel movies now and moving forward, who's the character that everybody wants back the most? It's not Captain America.
Is it though?
We've got a friend called Joe Rogan on his podcast. He talked to RDJ and said how he wants him back. And listen, Joe Rogan doesn't choose everything, but it's what everybody wants. Everyone wants Iron Man back.
Yeah, I suppose there is a bigger part missing with him, because there's still, without Steve, enough brave, selfless people. But without Tony, there are no more egotistical, obnoxious, self-obsessed. You know, there isn't any of those. So they need that, because there's a void that needs filling.
Iron Man doesn't exist without Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man. Captain America still exists. I mean,
It's all good. It's fine. It's fine. I'm good. You like Iron Man better. I'm cool.
plastic Captain America in the TV series, and now it's gone. And Falcon's got rid of his job and become Captain America. Come on.
They should have given it a Bucky. They should have. But that's a conversation for another time. Okay, Batman or Superman?
Batman.
First, Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars all the time.
An easy game or a hard game?
I don't know. I'd like to play one and then the other because
Yeah.
they balance each
Like
other.
mix.
Because I'm sort of a middle of the road. I'll play the game on normal,
Yeah.
so I won't play it on easy. I won't play it on hard.
Just keep it. Yeah. An open world or linear story?
Open world with a linear story.
Oh, dear, stop changing them. No. No, there are games that exist. Like I've just played Mafia.
God of War?
Well, God of War, it's like semi-open
Yeah.
world, isn't it? But I've just played Mafia, which literally is an open world, but it drags you like literally
Yeah.
where you need to go all the time. It's not like GTA where there's different mission markers.
Yeah,
It just you go.
playing GTA was a nightmare for me. Even though it's my favourite game, it's because I could. If it was linear, I'd have finished it 100 hours quicker.
Crazy. Okay. Wield Mjolnir or have adamantium claws?
I'd go Mjolnir
Okay.
because I'd be worthy
You'd be worthy.
and I'd rule Asgard.
You'd have like long, luscious locks instead of what's happening at the moment.
And big muscles instead of a big flab.
So looking like melted ice cream. I'm joining you, mate, if I don't keep off these palm
Oh,
horse.
you are. You make me look skinnier at the moment.
Oh, it's fantastic. Single player or multiplayer game?
Again, it's like the easy and hard. I like my multiplayer games, but then I really enjoy my single player. If I had to choose, going against my head, it'd probably be single player.
Single player, yeah.
Single player, we're in a chat party so you can talk to people.
I love how you find like little workarounds to this.
That's how you beat survival games.
Yeah,
Life's a survival game.
just Giga Brain. That's what it is. Okay, Spider-Man games or the Batman games?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Have you actually played much
I
of the
haven't played
Batman
the-
stuff?
Uh,
Like the Arkham games? 'Cause
I've got them. I haven't really played them, but I watch a lot as well as play. And I just think the Spider-Man games look a lot more fluid. Even though the Arkham Asylum it looks great, I just think there's just more about the Spider-Man. Insomnia is probably the one. They're the one who's made the Spider-Man games what they are though.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Far Cry or Assassin's Creed?
Probably say Far Cry because I've played a lot more of the Far Cry games than I have Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Assassin's Creed Valhalla more than I played any of the Far Cry games.
Yeah. No, cool. Last of Us or Uncharted?
Last of Us. I love my zombie genre.
Tekken or Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat, because I got into the movies as well when I was a kid.
Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat. Wow, what a tune, by the way. That's class, that. Crash Bandicoot or Spyro?
I've never played Spyro, so Crash Bandicoot. I think he's more iconic as well.
GTA or Red Dead Redemption? I know we've talked a little bit
I
about
think
this.
GTA nicks it slightly
Yeah,
because I like more modern things.
yeah.
If that makes sense, I think that's what probably stands GTA out over Red Dead for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think just going around the map in a car over a horse, just it's different, isn't it? So that's why I'm surprised it isn't Wilco's favourite game of all time. You only got through the prologue, did you? In the snow.
First mission.
The first mission. See, we'd have thought it'd have been all over it. It's got horses in it.
Yeah, but G1 jockey.
G1, G1 jockey.
All
Have you got
right.
Have you got the platinum yet?
Still working on it.
Still working on it. You've been working on it forever.
Yeah, it's about a 0.6%.
Mate, get it done. We'll be talking about that ultra rare. San Andreas or Vice City?
I said earlier on, I love them both. I think if I think San Andreas probably nicks it for me because it's a little bit longer. There's more about it. And I think, if I'm honest, when I look at the definitive edition that's came out, I've played 3. I've played Vice City. I haven't played San Andreas yet because it hasn't came on PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Now, wherever it was at the time. But I'm more gutted that San Andreas hadn't came on first than Vice City.
Yeah. I
love the soundtrack on both of them. I think they're both amazing as well.
Oh, they are fantastic. Dragon Age on Mass Effect.
Never played either.
I've got a feeling you probably like Mass Effect more, the fact that you like sci-fi, like you were on about the space stuff. And I mean, Dragon Age is brilliant if you love fantasy RPG stuff. Dragons, magic, sword fighting, all stuff, I don't know. Yeah, I think you'd enjoy both of them, to be fair, but yeah, you probably would lean towards Mass Effect. Call of Duty or Battlefield?
Probably Call of Duty, because that's how we all met. All the lads through it.
Yeah.
Although I do feel that recently the Battlefield games are better.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love those.
Just not including 2042.
Yeah, I haven't played that one. I don't know.
Yeah, 5 and 1 were pretty good, weren't they?
Yeah, I love the new version, the one where there was like 200 players and you had to capture certain points to get all the way across. Can't remember the type of game mode it was called, but yeah, I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah. Alien or Predator?
Predator. I loved the movie as well when I was a kid. Obviously, I really like Alien as well. It's a great movie. But I thought the Predator just it's probably because of Arnie.
I take you, just before you said that, I was going to say you prefer the Arnie one over the Danny Glover one.
Yeah.
Still decent though, wasn't it, the Danny Glover one? But yeah, the one with Arnie is the best. And then the final one, Ronaldo or Messi?
I'd probably say it's probably the tough one because I think I'm the one that has said quite a few times that for me, neither one are as successful without the other. And I think
they're both being
pushed each other.
Pushing
I think we're probably going to see in the next sort of 2 or 3 years how much, and we're probably seeing it now anyway, how much we've been spoiled as a generation to have the 2 greatest footballers to have graced the planet.
So you would have put them as 1 and 2, would you?
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably put them both as equal 1. If I'm going to be totally honest, but I think over the last couple of weeks, I think Ronaldo is potentially starting to destroy his legacy.
Yeah.
Whereas Messi is clearly just getting his head down and playing football. I think if you look at everything from both of them, from a footballing sense, and if you're just talking purely football, I think they're just as good as each other. They do different types of jobs, but they do it in the same. They get to the ultimate goal, but doing it different ways.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose, going against my head, I used to say Ronaldo, but I'd probably say Messi now. Just because of how the last few weeks have conspired.
Yeah. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I think I would say that I think Messi's a better footballer, but I think if I'm a manager and I'm taking someone, I think I'm taking Ronnie.
Yeah, I think if you're looking at it that way, I think when you look at it as well, is Messi is purely it's ingrained in him.
Yeah, he's just technically gifted, isn't he?
It's gifted to him. Whereas everything that Ronaldo has, it's purely hard work.
Yeah, no, I can get on board with that. But yeah, that's the questions. I know we had a good little waffle there for 40 odd minutes, which is crazy. The time just flies when you're doing these. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And what we're going to do now, we'll move over to PSN profiles. We'll have a little look at the Legends trophy list, see what he's been up to, what games he's been playing, what trophies he's been earning. So
what trophies I don't have.
Oh well, yeah, what you don't have, and what I'm going to scrutinise you for. We'll see. See you in a sec. So to PSN profiles, everyone, we've got the Legends list in front of us, like Mundo. Absolutely loving the comment. It's not as inspiring as some of them that I've seen, but I'd expect nothing less than you chuck a little Rickroll in there, some legendary lyrics. On with the stats, so we've got the trophy level 434, total trophies is 6,722, 119 platinums, 548 gold, 1,419 silver, with the bronze trophy sitting at 4,636, which is very, very nice indeed. Games played 244, 70 games completed to 100%, which has given Leggy a completion rate of 55.63%. I know we were talking earlier about how it's improved since joining the Discord. So where was it before?
Before joining and sort of watching the videos, I think we sat around 48.5%.
That's impressive, that. Yeah, that's a good jump, to be fair. So you're just going to keep, as well as playing a few new games that come out, are you going to try and keep picking something up that's unfinished and just see where you can go with it?
Yeah, that's the point. I've got a list of games now that I'm going to be playing through. There's some of them that you'll see that I've started but not finished, and I've got them on my to-do list. I even dug out my PlayStation Vita, started working through those games.
That's right here. Yeah.
My plan is to try and get that 5,091 unearned trophy below 5,000 before the end of the year. Again, I think when I first started it was over 5,500. So
no, that's impressive. I mean, yeah, unearned trophies 5,091, which is completely unacceptable. I'm joking. No, do you know what? Sometimes it's good you've got so much that you can kind of pick up and play and choose from. But now I'm interested to see that come down. 1.41 trophies per day, 250 views. Nice. World rank, you mentioned this, didn't you, earlier, that you'd broken into the top 50k in the world. 49,663rd, and then in the UK you are 6,354th. Very, very nice. Bringing that down or up, depending on which way you're looking at it, which is very cool. Loving the cover photo, of course, from the greatest game ever. Not the remake, I still enjoy that, but this is the OG. But yeah, what a game! What a game! So let's have a look through the list, and we'll have a look at the good stuff, and then at the end we'll have a look at everything else. As we're going through, if there's anything you see that you want to touch on or tell me about, go for it. If it's good, bad, experience, that kind of stuff. Who did you play a way out with?
Smith.
Oh, you did. The legend, the good man.
I played it through with Smith, and I ended up playing through with Alex, and I think I got the platinum with Alex, because what you could do at the time is with A Way Out is, because it was a two-player game, you could get somebody else to play who didn't have the game, but they wouldn't earn the trophies.
Right.
And they were allowed to play, I think, through the game once. So I played one side of the story, Smith played the other, and then I needed somebody else so I could play the other side of the story.
Ah, all right.
Yeah.
No, makes perfect sense. With Ark, I think you did a little bit of admin commands, didn't you, with Alex?
Yeah. So
didn't you try playing it properly?
Yeah. So again, another survival game, which at first was enjoyable, especially for me because I love my survival games. But in the end, it just becomes so tedious and horrible that after a while we were just like, nah. I know it says like 4 days, but I think we played about 8 hours a day for the first 4 days.
Did you?
And then in the end, we just went, sorry, let's just get the commands in there off and play something else, because we just couldn't get anywhere with it.
No, it makes sense. It's something I talk about a lot every time I'm reviewing lists, and some guy I met online kind of got me to buy it, and he kind of screen shared it, and it looked pretty good. I was kind of up for it, and it just played really bad. I still got it there. I'm gonna have to maybe just cheat to get the trophies, I think. Yeah, Valhalla, only Assassin's Creed on there, which we sort of touched on, didn't we, with the questions. Yeah. It's horrible. I'd say on loads of them as well, but like you've got the platinum and it's at 54%. It really bugs me.
Well, just noticing there that my unearned trophies is 5,091. When I finished God of War, my unearned trophy was something like, I think, 5,064. So some games must have just had something else.
I'll see it. Yeah, I try my best to remember what the unearned trophies was, and if I noticed it's jumped up, I have a little flick through and see what's added. Often it's Human Fall Flat, and there's like 3 trophies every now and again. What were your thoughts on Astro's Playroom?
I thought it was a fantastic little game.
Cool, isn't it?
I'd love them to bring something else out similar, something more, a little bit longer, because it sort of had the same feel as like a Lego game,
Yeah.
but a little bit more rounded, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and
It's good fun, wasn't it?
yeah, that's why it only took a day and 15 minutes, because I was just playing it as much as I really could.
Just sort of changed it. Yeah, I mean, when I got the PS5, I just kind of played straight through it, to be honest. So, got some Borderlands stuff, which I know you're a fan of. Obviously, we talked about Claptrap a little bit, Tiny Tina. But yes, what have you done? You've done the first, second, or you've played Borderlands 2 on both formats? PS3,
Yeah, so
PS4.
I had the PS3, and then I played through, finished the storyline, didn't get the trophies again. I wasn't searching for trophies at the time, and then got the PS4, and then later on went back to the Borderlands and platinum for that. And it looks like there's obviously DLC. Borderlands is the very first platinum that I got, the original.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, which we'll certainly have a look at the milestones, and we'll see what's going on. Broken Sword 5, that doesn't surprise me with you. What's Bug Snacks actually like? 'Cause I haven't played it yet.
I love Bug Snatch, you know. It was just a really, really fun, chilled game. It came out around the same time as Astro's Playroom, but for me it was just, whoever made the game was clearly on crack. No, seriously, because you've literally got characters going around eating things, and then can change part of their body into the thing that they've just ate.
Wow.
So yeah, that's why it was called Bug Snacks, because literally the bugs were pretty much food.
That is sounds pretty crazy. Plenty of COD games.
Yeah, so a lot of these are on my to-do list at the moment. Obviously, as I mentioned before, back in the day we pretty much played the campaign, and then it was always on the online side of things.
Yeah.
And I think over the last couple of months, I've been, as you can see, I went through, done Modern Warfare Remastered and Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, and the plan is just to get through most of these. If I can't get them, because as you can see, Black Ops 2 unobtainable, just get as many trophies as I can to get them maybe up to A rank.
Yeah, that's always a good way to look at it. And for all of COD's problems, what we can be thankful for is that we were on about brought us all together. Like me and Leggy knew each other anyway through an old job now. But people that you will have spoke to, like in the Discord, MC Sparky, for example, we met through playing COD 4, which got us kind of talking with his mates, didn't it? So we've got a lot of the Northeast lads that I'll often meet up with the lads from down south, and we kind of get together as much as we can. And yeah, so we've got COD to thank for that. At least we've met some friends for life, haven't we? So yeah, it's crazy, you know. And I said it when I was talking to Mark, like, genuinely the power of video games is insane. Like, I've met people playing video games, when you meet them, the bond that you have is just crazy strong. It's weird how it works. Like when I see Mark last week, you know, I give him a big hug, like I hadn't seen him all my life, and he'd just come back home or something, but I'd never met him. Like, it was weird, but yeah, it's crazy how it works, but it really is awesome. But yeah, I can see where the unearns are coming from, because when we're going down, you've got like World at War, for example, 63 trophies straight away. You know, Call of Juarez, there's 47. So yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. So with Celeste, I take it you've done it the cheesy way, because there is a way you can. I mean, I don't know exactly, but you can play the game properly, and it's quite hard, I understand. But then, can you put cheats on or something?
Yeah, essentially there's a way that you can actually make it so your character's pretty much invincible.
Right.
Celeste, obviously I played it because it was the monthly game.
Yeah.
Well, September was my birthday month as well, so a lot of real life stuff happened that month, and I didn't start the game until the last day of the month. So there was no way I was going to platinum it in time.
Yeah.
So I just put the cheats in, and as you can see, played through it. It took me like 7.5 hours.
Makes sense. City Skylines, talk to me. Now this is Leggy's game. This is he's the master at world builders and all that stuff. Yeah, tell me about Skylines.
I don't know, I just think it's obviously when I was younger I'd play things like SimCity and stuff like that, but City Skylines was just more polished
Yeah.
than sort of any of those type of games. I actually really like. I've just re-downloaded it again yesterday
Nice.
because I was looking through the trophies and where I can pick up to get below that 5,000 mark. And there's a few trophies there, and I think there's about 15, something like that. But there's also about 8 ultra rares, which I know Excellence and Mark will be jumping about thinking ultra rares.
Ultra rare friends.
And yeah, they're actually looking at it, it's really easy. It's like place 5 tram stations,
Okay.
but it's from a DLC pack, and because this was free on PlayStation Plus as well at some point, I think that's the reason why the platinum is, as you can see, so low.
Yeah, it's nice ultra rare, that.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
It's a nightmare though, because there is one trophy where you've got to play through. I think it's 90 days or 900 days, something like that, on the game. But when you actually time it, it's a 9-minute cycle.
I remember you telling me about this one, yeah.
So you can't actually platinum it any quicker than 151 hours. So that trophy takes a minimum of 151 hours, and that's if you've got it on 3 times speed.
Yeah.
If you're not playing the game on 3 times speed, it takes about 18 minutes for a full cycle.
No way. That's insane. So there's Cyberpunk, which we touched on.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, so 2 weeks, 2 days, and it crashed about 50 odd times in those days.
So was that just like, was it the blue screen that you were getting, or was it freezing, crashing?
It's when you get a crash on any game on a PlayStation 5 where it just goes to it and it says send a report.
Oh, because on the PS5 it's grey, isn't it? But I
Yeah.
remember on the PS... Oh, yeah, 'cause you played it on the PS... I'm forgetting, because it's a PS4 version, I'm thinking PS4, which was blue. Yeah, it's grey now, isn't it? It's really annoying when it does that. Death Stranding, you're on the same page as me, aren't you, with this game?
Yeah, I love that game. Pizza Delivery Boy.
Pizza. I love how they've put that in though. So like people will take the mick out of it, calling it DPD Simulator or whatever they want to call it, Pizza Delivery Boy. But there is those missions. There's that guy, isn't there? I forget his name, but he's in the bunker and he actually asks Sam to go and fetch him a pizza. And what's so smart about the game though is when you're stacking your packages, you actually need to make sure the one that's the pizza is flat, because if you put it upright, the game knows that one's the pizza and it would ruin the product, as it were.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such a fine attention to detail. It's like little things I love when developers do it. And going back to Rockstar, if you're in the back, so if we all jump in a car, me, you and Wilco, and he's in the back seat, he can't change the radio.
Yeah.
But you could if you were in the front, and it's just little things like that which I think are amazing. Because although in reality you could maybe lean all the way forward, someone in the back seat can't change
they're not
it.
going to do that. They're going to get someone else to change.
But it's stuff that you go in the tunnel on GTA, and if you set a waypoint, your GPS line disappears because you've got no signal. And it's just like, it's such a mad little thing that the potential, a lot of other people wouldn't think about. But yeah, like Death Stranding was incredible for that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get any of that, what you've just been saying with the pizzas, because I kind of cheesed the game.
Oh, okay.
I literally walked from every single point and built zip lines.
Oh, the zip lines are the best.
So I literally built myself,
Nice.
and I think this comes from the probably from the survival games and the City Skylines, where what I've done is I've literally built myself a travelling system. I think if you could actually see stats on how long your feet were on the floor in that game, it was probably on the floor half the time as what I was on zip lines.
Yeah.
Because literally that's how I got around the game.
It definitely did make it easier. There was a bit of a grind. There was a couple where some of the settlements or outposts, or whatever they were called, were up on the snowy mountains. Some of them were quite tricky in the end to kind of get around to. But no, overall, I think it's such an amazing game. Like, it really, really is. Yeah, I'd be quite happy to play it again. I've been tempted to look at that director's cut and maybe go back to it. It's just it wasn't that long ago when I played it.
Yeah.
So I might wait a little bit longer and then go back in and do it again on the PS5. You're a big Destiny fan as well, aren't you? I mean, you must be looking at you've got the platinums. It takes a very long time.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is the only one on my
1 second.
Yeah, it's the only one on my list. when I got the PlayStation 5, we all talked about going back onto Destiny, especially with Craig, one of my mates. And I booted it up and put the game in, and for 20 minutes there was trophies popping, and I didn't realise there was.
But it wasn't intentional.
No,
was
I
it?
mean, because like I say, I'm dying to play. What's that shark game called again?
Man-Eater.
I'm dying to play Man-Eater again on the PS5, but I'm petrified in case it auto pops.
As long as you don't bring your save file over, or you could, in theory, just delete your save file. As if you, well, no, I don't know how it works. It might pick it up. I don't know how it works. I just know from some that I've seen online where they actively are given a choice. Do you want to transfer it over, and just so you know, you are going to pop trophies. So I mean, I don't know how all games work, but yeah, I've said it on a few. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, if you've done the PS4 version already and then it happens, then it is what it is. But it's times like where you get, so like I'll use God of War as an example. There are people that have got access to the PS5 version. They're sat there with the £500 PS5
To play the PS4.
and they play the PS4 version just to then get a second platinum. That doesn't sit well with me. I mean, each to their own.
I
but
was
it's
looking
just
at the
a bit-
quickest achievers on God of War Ragnarok, and I think the top 15 have auto popped it.
just all went 1 second. Yeah, it's just a strange thing for me, and we've paid a lot of money for these consoles, which to a point, some people couldn't even get the console. They were trying their hardest to get them, and there's people there with them, and they technically weren't even utilising the system. And I always go back to, if trophies didn't exist, and I said to you, I've got the PS4 version here, mate, and the PS5 version of God of War. What do you want to play on?
Picking the PS4.
Of course you are. You've got that increased frame rate, you've got your haptic feedback, you've got your loading times and everything else. And I know people will stand by the fact and say it doesn't look any different. Yeah, it's going to look great, it is going to look great, but there are still visual in gameplay improvements.
The way I see that Destiny 2 trophy as well, though, is I just see it as a jumping burger.
Which, I don't know what they are.
I'll have to show you them one day. There's this guy, he's got a good account. Platinum Jangus, I think he's called.
No, it's all fun. I've stopped playing them now. Thankfully, Sony have banned them, so I can't get my my bad habits back. See what else we can. Tell me about Dying Light 2, Leggy.
No.
What?
No.
Tell everyone how bad your experience was.
I kind of want to die by talking about it because it was that bad.
Was it also all the bugs and glitches? Do you mean? Or
Bugs,
the game?
glitches, the gameplay was awful. There was just talking for talking's sake, just to try and drag the game out. And then even like Alex said, there's 30 hours of rubber banding at the end of the game. Once you've got everything done, once you've literally done everything in a game, just to get a trophy. I just think they've literally spoiled the first one by what they've put out on the second one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The only good thing about the game is there's a move that you can get in one of the skills is that you can jump off a building, you can double tap a button and it drop kick someone in the face. So
Yes.
I think Alex was just stood there. And my point of view, I just seen what I saw, but then all I could hear was Alex laughing his head off because I've just came in from nowhere, kicked this guy in the head from the top of the building, and then when I've told Alex what I've done, he's done the same. And then the perspective that you see is just, it just breaks all laws of physics as well at the same time, but it was the only funny part of the game. That's what kept us going.
Yeah, luckily he's had each other to kind of push through because, yeah, it does sound like it's a bit painful. One F1 game on there, 2020. Nice. Love to see it, not finished, but still love to see it. Nice.
I don't have the game anymore. I give it to one of my friends who's working out in China. So
Okay.
as soon as I get the game back, I'll probably finish it.
Little Fall Guys Platinum.
Done. Genuine.
In
Absolutely genuinely done.
It just conveniently done it in May when the exploit was available.
I didn't do it. Well, it was at the end of May, so it was almost June.
It was almost
but
June.
yeah, it was done. I mean, it took me 9 months because I was grafting that hard to get it done.
Oh, gotta love it. Some Fallout stuff. few Far Cry games which you talked about. You said you'd played Far Cry a bit more than Assassin's Creed, which is evident there. Few FIFA games. You've gone off FIFA now, haven't you?
EA Sports could eat a fat one, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of people would agree. Is this the microtransaction stuff that you hear? Or
It's that. It's just the way that they built the game. Clearly, there's scripting within it. I mean,
Well,
our friend group, like we'd all be best friends. We'd go and play FIFA, and then we'd hate each other's guts by about 3 games in. The first 2 games we'd love each other because it was fantastic, and then it's FIFA. EA's like, nah, you're having too much fun.
But don't take this as gospel, whatever. It's just kind of my opinion. But in 2016 or something? So they swear by the fact there was no scripting. But in 2016, didn't they get the patent for DDA, which is dynamic difficulty adjustment? And I must say that was when me and Wilco 7, we noticed in our career modes, didn't we, that so FIFA 15 we would play on the most difficult setting, and because we were at a certain ability we were just running away with it. But then when FIFA 16 came, we still had that ability, we were still annihilating teams, but then every now and again it would just put games in where you were just never meant to win, no matter what, and that's when we noticed it, wasn't it? So their keeper would become Superman, your keeper would have arms like Jordan Pickford, and yeah, your passes would just go straight, open goals you would miss, they would skew with it wide or whatever. And yeah, so I definitely think it's in there.
I was reading somebody, I don't know whether it was last year or the year before, had gone into the game source code and seen the actual scripting for it.
Why would you patent such a thing
if you
weren't going to implement scripting?
Because if you tell your players and your game base that this is in a game, what you don't do is spend money on Ultimate Team packs.
That's what it's
FIFA
forcing you
points,
to do, isn't it?
because they want you to spend more money on your gambling on FIFA points, and then try and tell you that no, if you get the best team and you're the best player, you're going to be able to beat Dave, who's just randomly turned up at the game for Christmas.
And I know it's in there, and I'm not just trying to use this as a thing for me losing. This goes the other way around. I've played many games of Ultimate Team where I've been playing someone that's actually far superior to me at FIFA. He's maybe gone 2-0 up, because you can clearly... often, and you'll agree with me as well, Paul, I think within the first 10 seconds or so from kickoff, you can tell. You can just tell if that person is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And I've played games like that where they've gone 2-0 up, they've just been far superior, but then the game has just stopped them from playing. And then I've come back and beat them 3-2 when I didn't deserve it. And you can just see the game swing in someone's favour. And it shouldn't... don't get me wrong, football is mad. Look at the Japan game the other day, look at Saudi Arabia. Football can swing in ways that you don't expect it. But I don't know, FIFA's different. It's my ability, I don't know. The way it changes and stuff doesn't sit well with me.
And I also think a big thing for me as well with the FIFA games is that the only reason I got them was to play pro clubs.
Yeah,
I thought we used to have a really good laugh for about, like I say, 5 or 6 games where it allowed us to play, and then when we get into the point of the season where we're about to win the league, the scripting comes in. Start playing like crap.
That's it. You're on that trajectory. You get promoted, and then it's like, oh no, all of the ploppers we call all the AI, they just don't work, do they?
It was a little bit like the old game show Bullseye. Let's see what you could have won. And then you've got Bully just walking away with this.
One.
Got Bully walking away with the speedboat.
2. Love that. Right, on to the good stuff. Final Fantasy. So, because weren't you going to leave the OG7 for your 100th? And then obviously that hasn't happened. You're on more than that now.
And it's because other games have come out and I'm just trying to finish games off. So I will be playing it. But again, like I say, it's getting to find time for it now.
Yeah. It's unreal.
Yeah.
Such a good game. We won't talk too much on FF because we've done a lot of that. And I know I do a lot about it normally. We'll try and pick out some some other stuff. Big Fortnite player. We don't see this on many lists. I've seen a platinum once or twice, maybe in my reviews, which is mad. Looking at
over 1,000 hours. I mean, I played well over 1,000 hours. Smith and I used to play it for hours on end. I know you played a couple of games where I built you a house once.
yeah,
If you remember.
Yeah, I do.
I know Paul's played it a few times. Alex has came on. It was just really me and Smith that played it most. But that was the Battle Royale side of things. We'd also play the Save the World, which every trophy in this game is for Save the World. And like I say, it's over 1,000 hours to platinum it.
I know it says it's a 3 out of 10, suggesting it's just long rather than difficult. Is that the case? Is it really
I'd probably
easy?
say it's a 1 out of 10.
Is it that easy?
Yeah.
It's just so
It's
long
just
to do.
how long it takes, because you've got to save, one of the trophies is you've got to save something like 15,000 survivors. Now each level can take 20 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on sort of like what you're doing, if you try and speed through it. But you only get like 2 or 3 each one, and there's about 5 trophies like that. So you've literally got to play the game, like you've got to play hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of half-an-hour games, essentially.
Wow, that is just bonkers, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
So you've done God of War recently.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can't talk about spoilers. The game's too new for that. Do you prefer it over the previous one?
The previous one, I think, when you're talking about getting the platinum, I think the previous one made it a little bit difficult to get the platinum, because I had to go do and look for guides and stuff like that. With Ragnarok, I actually didn't look for guides. Pretty much done it on my own.
Okay.
I do like the story better in Ragnarok. I only played the God of War, the original one, the first one, last year.
Yeah, I was looking at the time there as you were chatting. So yeah, like July last year, and look at the times that you've done it as well. A week 5 days and a week 6 days,
I didn't know
which is
that.
pretty cool. So you've it looks like you've just played them
Yeah,
all the way through.
like, both games were pretty much the only game I played when I was playing them.
Yeah. See, I wanted to do that. Obviously, I had Mafia to finish before I got removed from Plus. I've been doing Meat Boy in between.
Yeah.
So it's been hard. I'm getting there towards the end of the story from what I can tell. But yeah, it has been great so far. I still don't know if I prefer it over the other one. I don't want to give specifics, but I just feel like the story jumps to certain people
Too often.
a bit too often, rather than it being it's not as tight, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, a few GTA stuff. Obviously, we love GTA, as you've mentioned. Just missing that PS3 one, which is a shame.
I think I only need a couple of trophies as well on the PS3. I don't have a PS3 anymore.
Yeah, I've said it a load of times, but I really regret selling mine. I didn't even get that much money for it as well.
I mean, you can pick them up for less than 100 quid. I think you can get one for about 50 to 70 quid. I think the problem that you've got now is trying to play GTA 5 on a PS3. It's going to take 3.5 weeks to load.
Yeah, there is that, isn't there? So loading screens are no joke. Nice to see Zero Dawn and Forbidden West. Big fan.
The worst games in the world, apparently.
Excuse me?
We won't go over that.
We won't go over that. But no, they're obviously not. They're obviously absolute fantastic games. You know, some may disagree, but no, they're
I
absolutely.
think they're fantastic. Yeah,
Oh,
I love them.
They
Both.
really, really are. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal, both games. Again, won't touch too much on Horizon. We do talk about it a lot on the channel. But yeah, I just feel like it is so unique, isn't it? The gameplay is super cool and fluid. What's not to like? Awesome protagonist as well. Absolutely. I still got this to play, Immortals Phoenix Rising. I actually bought this on release for someone who shall not be named to play it. They'd finished it, and the plan was for me to go in and play it straight away. I had a few other games going on at the time, and I've not gone back, so I've actually bought it. I paid for the season pass as well. So yeah, it's just sat there. I need to, I think maybe after God of War, maybe it's might pick that as my next
it's a fun
one.
little game. It's it's a little bit like Genshin Impact, but not crazy.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
No, I'm looking forward to it. Some infamous stuff. Who did you play It Takes Two with?
Alex.
Alex on It
Yeah.
Takes Two. Great game, isn't
I
it?
thought it was my game of the year, 2021.
Well, he says the same thing, doesn't he? I'm pretty certain of 2021. 2021? Last year.
Last year.
Yeah. And for those of you who haven't heard me mention it a million times, I thought Kena was. But there we go.
I haven't played that yet, but again, it's on my list.
I let you have a go, didn't I, Paul?
16 quid on the
Okay,
PlayStation Store.
Honestly, I'm gonna after we do this, I'll let you have a little play around with it just so you can see what it looks like, how it plays. Then that way you're not popping a trophy and thinking, yeah, maybe not for me. But it's so good, really good game. Jurassic World, I loved that.
Yeah, I did.
I thought it was really good.
I'm going to get the second one at some point, but because of the list that I've got to
Yeah,
finish some
I'm gonna wait
games,
a bit.
I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, I can kind of get that. Some nice, I was going to say nice ultra rares, but with one isn't there with the Just Cause games. Just Cause 3 is a 3.13%. Just Cause 4 was a little easier. Yeah, still 6.6% though, which is pretty good, isn't it? It's not too bad at all. How many Lego games? But you've done the best one, Lego Marvel Superheroes. Love a bit of that.
Batman is currently in the Vita, so that's the next one to tick off on the Vita as well.
Batman, which is it like?
Batman 3, I think it was.
Yeah, I think I know which one you mean. Yeah, I think I know. What was your honest thoughts about Avengers, Leggy?
I didn't like it.
Didn't like it.
I think it, after playing the likes of Spider-Man and games like that, it really spoiled it for me. They tried to make it into a Destiny type game it had no right in being made like that.
So it was like a looter shooter, wasn't it? Instead
Yeah,
of,
and
yeah,
like Destiny had ways I think Bungie made ways of being able to make Destiny enjoyable with the repeating of things. Square Enix didn't do that for me with Avengers. It was boring,
It's
it
a
was
shame.
tedious. Yeah, and by the end of it, it was like, can I just get this trophy now so I can play something else?
yeah.
Yeah.
Guardians, big improvement.
Loved
I
it.
know it's not the same sort of game, but it's a Marvel property.
But it's because it was it was a very linear game.
Would you have
and
preferred it if Avengers went down that route?
I don't think Avengers could have went down the same route as what Guardians did. I think they needed to do something completely different with Avengers. It didn't. I don't know. I don't think Avengers. I don't think there's a type of game type at the moment where Avengers would work.
Yeah.
I think the problem is the name and what Avengers is. I don't think there's a type of game there at the moment where it would have worked right.
No, I'm with you on that. There's the Spider-Man stuff. We've talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Monopoly Madness. I can't believe he's all done that. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, a lot of unfinished stuff that you could.
Yeah, a lot of it's on my to-do list.
So
Nickelodeon's still on
Why
my.
is that on there twice? What
I
happened
don't
there?
know. For some reason, I downloaded it and started playing it and thinking this is going to be easy. So I popped a few trophies on the PS5, went to the PS4, popped a few trophies there, and I got bored of it.
Absolute madness. So No Man's Sky is another one that's
Loved
on
it.
my short list of games to play next. Really good.
Loved it, yeah.
I was excited at release, and then I heard it was a bit not so good.
So No Man's Sky was very similar to what Cyberpunk was when it was released. It was unplayable. People were suing the developers because they were saying it wasn't fit for release and it was false advertising and stuff like that. But when I got it, it had been polished. They finished it. They'd made it good. It has a very good following. But just the premise of it was unreal.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing it. I'm not gonna lie. It's because I'm similar to you. I love space. Just the whole idea of it and what's out there, what could be possible. It really intrigues me.
Yeah.
So yeah, something like this is gonna be right up my street. And it sounds mad, but I've always wanted a game where you can fly into a planet. Like often you play games like Mass Effect, you're in
Yeah.
space, you get a loading screen, you're on the surface. I want to be able to fly through the atmosphere and land on a planet. Like just the idea is super cool.
It's a survival game as well.
Yeah, because you are harvesting stuff, aren't you, and all that.
it doesn't actually tell you how to play the game.
It just drops you in and you...
It just drops you in. It gives you a couple of things of how to use your main tools, but then it doesn't tell you what the actual premise of the game is to get from A to Z. You've got to try and figure that out yourself. And for the vast majority of the time, I was building like a settlement and stuff like that, and I didn't need to.
Yeah.
So when I'd finished the game, I went back to my own planet, and I had this big city that I'd built.
Was Operation Tango with Alex as well?
Yes.
What did you make of that? Me and Gibbs played this together. It was alright.
It's a little bit like the We Were Here games. Like,
Yeah, not too bad, is it?
the way my mind works is as soon as like I remember something as well, it's just really easy to do, and then it's just communicating. As long as you can communicate that, it's a pretty easy game.
Yeah. That's the PGA stuff that you were thinking of getting me to play. So again, more context to this. So we've got, as mentioned, got the three of us here. We've got MC Sparky coming. We've got our other friend Gibbs coming, who's also in the Discord. He's just not very vocal in there. We were looking at doing kind of a gaming tournament, weren't we? So rather than us just putting FIFA on, where that might like lean towards someone else having the best chance, we were all going to put like a game forward as what we felt most comfortable with, and then doing a tournament within each game, points for each one, to get an overall winner. And you were talking about putting PGA in, where, you know, I was like, well, if it's going to get me a trophy, I don't want it on there. We'll put it on another profile. So yeah, would that be the game? So what? A random question for you. What type of game do you think you're the best at or the most comfortable with?
Probably like the survival games.
You would still link back to that.
Probably like your city builders. As you can see there below the PGA, you've got like Planet Coaster.
So
very similar to City Skylines.
So is that going to be your choice? Are we all going to be playing Stranded Deep? How would you? Yeah. So like on FIFA, it's easy. We could just do like a little mini tournament. Paul's probably going to pick Formula One, or some of you do a few races. How do we weave some kind of tournament into Stranded Deep? You've got half an hour.
You've got an hour to build a boat and a house.
So you've won then?
Yeah.
I'd still be on the plane that like crashes at the beginning. How do I get out? Yeah, I wouldn't have a clue. I'll probably come last in that one, to be fair. Nice to see the Ratchet games on. Absolutely love them. Remnant we talk about a lot on the channel, but just because it's such a hidden gem. Never heard of it. Didn't really have any expectation. Blew me away.
I first saw it watching Summit 1G playing it, and I wanted to play it. I tried to get Smith to play it, but you know what it was like. We'd only play FIFA or Formula 1 or Fortnite. And then it became free on the, I think, PlayStation Plus.
Yeah. And
then that's where me and Alex decided to play it.
Oh, exceptional game. Yeah, really was. It's another one me and Gibbs played, and we got you involved as well, didn't we? And yeah, really good. I enjoyed it.
Another golf game, Rory.
Oh yeah, Rory McIlroy. Do you know what? I like playing golf. Can't watch it. Puts me to sleep. Love sports, more sports, and yeah, I do enjoy it. But I don't know. There's something. It's just. I don't know. I'd rather watch chess, I think. It's not exciting, is it? I mean, for the most part, it's just a ball goes and you're just looking at the sky with the ball. It's not the same as someone putting it in top bins in the last minute, is it?
I don't know.
And running off with the shirt round their head.
I think it's easier to put it in the top bin than play golf.
Yeah, it's not for me. South Park, unreal.
Yeah, I've got the Stick of Truth Platinum on the PS4, but not on the PS3. A lot of the games that you see where I've played on the PS3, and then I wasn't bothered about trophies, and then because I don't have the PS3, it's hard to go about trophies. So.
They're Stranded Deep, nice ultra rare, 2.41%.
Yep.
Love to see that. And then we get on to the Stray Master, ladies and gentlemen. You loved that game, didn't you? I'd barely got out of the first mission. You posted in the Discord, you platinumed it on both formats. I was like, what?
Yeah, I think I was something in the top 30, top 35.
Achievers
on the PS5. I think I was the 8th quickest achiever of PGA 2K23. So the newest PGA that came out, I think I was the 8th quickest achiever, and I think I was in the top 50 as well.
That's impressive. Streets of Rage 4, I thought about this when we played Turtles. Me, you, and Alex will maybe have to get back on that
Yeah.
and see if we can get that done, because it's a good little game. It's a 6 out of 10. It'd be a nice one to get done.
Yeah.
It's not an ultra rare, but it is a very rare, which would be pretty cool. Oh, and there's your little Super Meat Boy with your 2 trophies from 2015. We'll have to get it played for
Played
you.
it on the Vita, popped a couple of trophies. It's going to stay like that forever.
Nah, we'll get you some trophies on it. We'll do it. We'll do it. We won't talk about the crew, will we, Leg?
No, thank you.
What actually happened?
The
Isn't
4-hour race.
The long race from east to west coast,
Yeah.
didn't yours glitch out so far through or something?
I can't remember how many checkpoints there was, but the next checkpoint was the finish line, and the game crashed. So after like 3 hours and 50 odd minutes, the game crashed, and I was like,
Yeah.
as soon as it crashed, I deleted it straight off my PlayStation.
Wow. It is a brutal one. I mean, it's a 0.89%. It's my second rarest behind FIFA 20. Until I do Super Meat Boy, of course. Nah, it's never happening. You've seen some of the levels. I can't do all them without dying. You got no chance. Not at my old age. Right. Last of Us 2 done. Interesting. Nice. The Sims. Oh, you went through and because we were in the chat, weren't we, when you were looking at the guide?
The only reason I downloaded it is my girlfriend wanted to play it. Decided that she didn't want to play it anymore, that she could only play it on the PC because there was no mouse and keyboard on the PlayStation.
I can understand that.
And yeah, I was not spending 30, 40, 50 hours on The Sims to get the trophies, so I just followed the walkthrough.
Yeah, no, that's fair. What else we got? So apologies, guys, if we're going pretty quick. As always, you can pause it if you want to have a little look. There's a lot to talk about if we were going to. There's Trials Fusion. It was that. Oh, so I was saying it was. Did I say 8 or 9 difficulty? But it's actually a 10. Do you know what's scary though? It's not even a platinum. 10 out of 10 difficulty.
Yeah.
It's saying 90 hours as part of the guide, which could be longer if you're not very good. But yeah, not even a platinum trophy for it.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that makes me laugh, like excellence, little shout for excellence. Made a funny joke, so I laughed at him for posting his rarest trophies. It was just secret ponchos. And he makes a good point. That's rarer than me going for Super Meat Boy.
Yeah.
And that was it. And it's mad how it works. But
Tropico 5 is annoying me. I've got all of the trophies. There's a handful of really easy trophies to
isn't
get to the
servers or
platinum.
something, is
It's
it?
just nobody's playing online. So if anybody in the Discord has Tropico 5 and wants to get the trophies, give me a shout.
Did you just mean one person?
Yeah, because it's multiplayer 1v1.
Well, I'll do it and I'll play it. There you go. I can do that. I was liking the look of it, so I'm more than happy. Some Uncharted stuff. Very disappointing to see that there's clearly only the story being played. You need to go back and do them.
Yeah, that's
One of the best series.
They're in there. Some of the ones that I'm going to be clearing up, but I'm going to be clearing up some of the easy ones first.
Wouldn't you agree, Wilkinson? Uncharted.
Outstanding.
It is outstanding. You're not wrong. Unbelievable techers. Watch Dogs, so done 2 and 3.
I'm in the
Legion.
process of playing Watch Dogs
Oh,
original now.
8th of November.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
I've just finished the storyline. It's just clearing up all of the additional.
So we were here together, we were here too. Are they all as easy as each other?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much the same. I've done the
Yeah.
first one, but I wasn't that fussed on it, so I just kind of held off the others. I'll maybe have a little look at them. World War Z, I'm looking to put a squad together to do that after doing Aliens Fire Team.
Yeah, we had a squad, didn't we, Paul?
Yeah.
So when I first started playing it, there was me, Paul, Smith, and Gibbs.
Oh,
Nice invite, yeah. That was all. It was all up with Paul. That.
what do you mean nice invite?
Paul sorted it out. I
I
just went along with it.
don't know what you're on about. Well, Worms Battlegrounds. Wow, look at I always forget about the rarities of the Worms games. 1.06%, 1.2%. Mad. Yesterday Origins, what even is that?
It's a point and click game. Again, it's just one that I need to clear off. Just need to. There's a speed run.
You've done Zombie Army
Version of
4
it.
as well. Nice. All the way at the top. Let's have a look at the old cabinet. What we're rocking. some good games in here, you know. GTA 5, FIFA 15, COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, City Skylines, Stranded Deep, Death Stranding, Borderlands 7 remake, and yeah, chuck a little stray in there.
I haven't just gone for my most rarest ones. I've gone for the ones. So Borderlands was my first ever.
Yeah, should we have a look at that actually? Let's 94 ultra rares, rarest trophies, FIFA 15 platinum. Nice. Yeah. So your first trophy 13 years ago. What were you then? 41.
About 96.
Modern Warfare 2. Some Like It Hot was your first ever trophy.
Yeah, I remember queuing up for it at midnight, getting home. That must have popped at about 2 o'clock in the morning. Waiting for all of you to get the game downloaded. I was just playing on the single player mode.
Wow. Yeah, Borderlands first platinum. Nice. Rocket League 10th platinum. Horizon 20th. Days Gone 30th. Astro's Playroom 40th. City Skylines was 50th. So that was a good one.
So if you look there, the 40th platinum 2 years ago. That's when I got the PlayStation.
Ah, right, yeah.
The PlayStation 5, sorry.
I think your latest platinum obviously is God of War. Hello? God of War? Who's he? Never heard of him. God of War? Too many of these Cronenbergs, I think. But no, it's a lovely list to be fair, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you do with it because there's a lot to play with, isn't there, to be fair. Let's have a look at the old stat Roonies. Better average than me. Because of all my jumping Janguses. Mate, honestly, mine was about that. And then I did all them games, it's now like 54% or something. So I'm hoping it starts to come down a little.
That'll jump down a little bit because, like I said, I've downloaded the DLC for the City Skylines.
How even's this? I mean, Sunday's the most popular 1,060 trophies, which would make sense, but it's quite even to be fair. And between 6 and 7 o'clock, we've had 701 trophies.
Look at it. If you just go back down. If you look from 2021 to 2023, sorry, this is 2023. We're not even there yet. Well, how steep that's gone up.
Yeah, it's had quite an incline, hasn't it? To be fair, that is very, very impressive. But not great list. Still lots to do. Up for the challenge. To be fair, mate, I just like how much you're on it at the minute.
You do Super Meat Boy for me, and I'll do Stranded Deep for you.
Sounds good. It doesn't seem like a fair trade-off, but no, it is really, really good to see. Like you're posting often, like your platinums and stuff, and you are properly on it, which is class. To be fair, but no, cracking list. I hope you all agree. I hope you've enjoyed the video. As usual, I'm going to leave some links in the description. We're going to pop a link to Leggy's PSN profiles if you want to check him out. I'll leave a link to my own if you want to see what I've been up to, as well as my socials like Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. And more importantly, we'll leave a link to the amazing Discord that we've got running. If you're not in there, come and join. It's awesome. Amazing people. Come and talk to like-minded people. There's people in there if you want help with some games, whether it be boosting, all that amazing stuff. And of course, if you've enjoyed the video, please drop it a like, leave me a comment. I love engaging with everyone in every way I can. And please subscribe if you haven't already. It really, really helps me out a lot. Whatever you're doing, look after yourself, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.